Let us continue enthalpy of solution. Enthalpy of solution, for which we will take an example. Example is 1 mole of HCl gas. We will take 1 mole of HCl gas is passed into 10 moles of water, 10 moles of liquid water. We are getting a solution. We are getting solution. Now, enthalpy of this reaction is equal to minus 69.49 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Now, what is the amount of heat involved in this reaction? That is this much. Minus indicates exothermic. That means in this process, so and so amount of heat is liberated. That means 1 mole of HCl gas on dissolving in 10 moles of water, this much amount of heat is liberated. Sir, why this much amount of heat is liberated? That we will see. Now we will take HCl gas. HCl gas we can write like this. HCl gas, hydrogen atomic number 1, so it is having 1 electron. Chlorine comes under 7th group, therefore it is having 7 electrons in its valence shell. 7 electrons in its valence shell. Now bond is there between H and Cl. Between H and Cl, bond is present. Okay. Next we will take water. In the water we can take a central atom oxygen, surrounding atom hydrogen atoms. Then we will give bonding. Oxygen comes under 6th group, therefore this valence shell contains 6 electrons. This valence shell contains 6 electrons, hydrogen contains 1 electron. Now we can give hydrogen oxygen bond, we can give. Okay. Next, this oxygen is contributing lone pair to hydrogen. This bond pair is shifting to Cl. Therefore, this hydrogen is making a bond with oxygen, like this. Now, this oxygen is having 1 lone pair. This oxygen is utilizing this lone pair to make a bond with hydrogen. Therefore, for this loss of 1 electron, so plus 1. For hydrogen, gain of 1 electron this side, loss of 1 electron this side. Therefore, net is nothing. Cl gains an electron. Therefore, Cl gets a minus charge. Now, this H3O plus is called what in the sense? Hydronium ion. H3O plus is called hydronium ion. Sorry. Now, this H3O plus is attracted by water molecules. In what way they will see? This H3O plus we are writing. A lone pair is there, full of plus charge. Now water molecule will take. We are taking water molecules like this. Here also we are taking water molecule. Here also we will take water molecule. Now, this hydrogen is having partial positive charge, oxygen is having partial negative charge. Because oxygen is having high electronegativity, hydrogen is having low electronegativity, therefore here hydrogen bonding is possible. Similarly, between this H and oxygen, hydrogen bonding is possible. Here hydrogen bonding. Here also hydrogen bonding we can say. Here also hydrogen bonding. Okay. That means this hydronium ion is attracted by water molecules through hydrogen bonding. That means hydronium ion is surrounded by water molecules. So that we can write hydronium ion as H3O plus AQ, aqueous. This is called, this meaning is this how to read in the sense hydrated hydronium ion we have to say. It is hydrated hydronium ion. Hydrated hydronium ion. Hydrated in the sense aqueous, that means solvent molecule surrounding this. Okay, hydrated ion. Sorry. Now, similarly, Cl minus ion also surrounded by water molecules. Therefore, Cl minus we can write Cl minus aqueous. This we can call it as hydrated chloride ion. Hydrated chloride ion we can say. So, hydrated hydronium ion, hydrated chloride ion is formed. Okay. Now you see that Here between this oxygen and hydrogen bond forms. Bond forms. Formation of bond in the sense attraction, attraction in the sense liberation of energy. Therefore, in this process, energy is liberated by the system. Here what happens means bond breaks. Here bond breaks, we can say. Bond breaks in the sense energy is required. It is absorbing energy from the surrounding. Okay, to break the bond, energy is required. Therefore, system absorbs energy from the surrounding to break the bond. Then here hydrogen bond is produced. Here we can say hydrogen bond is produced. Hydrogen bond is produced in the sense attraction is created. Attraction is created in the sense energy is liberated. Energy is liberated. Okay. Now, so here in this, when HCl gas is dissolved in water, we are getting solution. While what are the process involved in the sense here bond is formed, covalent bond is formed here. That means coordinate covalent bond is formed, dative bond is formed. Here covalent bond breaks. Here hydrogen bond forms. Hydrogen bond forms. Okay. So during this, what and all taking place means here energy absorption, here energy release, here energy absorption, here energy release. What is the net energy change? What is the net amount of heat involved? What is the net amount of heat involved? That is what it means delta RH. Delta RH says net amount of heat involved in this process. That is what means minus. Minus means exothermic. Exothermic means heat evolved. System evolves heat. System evolves heat, we can say. How much heat system evolves in the sense 69.49 kilojoule. So system releases 69.49 kilojoule of energy to the surrounding. So this reaction, this process releases how much amount of heat means 69.49 kilojoule of heat to the surrounding. Okay. Therefore, this enthalpy of solution, this process is nothing but formation of solution. So enthalpy of solution is nothing but this much. Enthalpy of solution is minus 69.49 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Enthalpy of solution means you have to take solute 1 mole and you have to dissolve 1 mole of solute in a particular quantity of solvent. You will get particular concentration of solution. For that, what is the amount of heat involved? That is called the enthalpy of solution. Okay. Now we will see in this enthalpy of solution. Next example we will take, that is a HCl gas. 1 mole of HCl gas is passed through 25 moles of water. 25 moles of water. We are getting solution HCl dot 25 H2O. We are getting solution. For this process, enthalpy of reaction. For this process, enthalpy of reaction is how much in the sense minus 72.27 kilojoule per mole. Minus 72.27 kilojoule per mole, we can say. Sir, here also what are the process taking place means one is called HCl bond is breaking. HCl bond between H and Cl breaks. Then between oxygen of water and this H plus dative bond is formed. Then what happens? Hydronium ion is undergoing. Hydronium ion is surrounded by water molecules through hydrogen bonding. Cl minus is surrounded by water molecules through hydrogen bonding. Okay. Here net amount of heat involved is exothermic. That is how much means 72.27 kilojoule per mole. Sir. Here 1 mole of HCl gas we have taken in the previous case. In the previous case also 1 mole of HCl gas. Now 25 moles of water. In the previous case 10 moles of water. We are getting solution. Enthalpy of this reaction, enthalpy of solution is minus 69.49 kilojoule per mole. Okay. So enthalpy of solution here and enthalpy of solution here, you see value is different. Why value is different? What is the process taking place in both cases? Okay. Now we'll see first case and second case. In first case, what is happening? Water molecule is attacking H plus, is attacking hydrogen. Okay. water molecule oxygen, a water molecule of oxygen is attacking this H, this bond is shifting in the first case. In the second case also same thing is happening. Sir, next case. Here hydronium ion is produced. Hydronium ion is produced and Cl minus ion is produced. In the second case also same thing is happening. Sir, next. Here hydronium ion undergoes hydration. Hydronium ion undergoes hydration. Hydration in the sense this hydronium ion we have written like this, positive charge. This is making hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. Even Cl minus also making hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. Even in the second case also same thing is happening. In the second case also same thing is happening. So what is taking place in the first case? Same thing is happening in the second case. Then why the net amount of heat involved in the first case is 69.49 but in second case 72.27? In the second case net amount of heat involved is exothermic, more exothermic. In the first case net amount of heat involved is exothermic, less amount. Why this difference takes place? What process taking place in the first case? Same thing is happening in the second case. But net amount of heat involved in first case is different from second case. That means what is the difference in first and second? Quantity of water. If quantity of water is different, what will change here? Sir, now we will see regarding this hydration. How hydration takes place, that we will see detailedly. We will see regarding hydration, we will see detailedly. Then we will come to why the quantity of net amount of heat involved in these two cases is different. That we will see. Okay. Now we will see about hydration. What is meant by hydration? Sir, hydration in the sense. What is meant by hydration? That we will see. Now we will take suppose NaCl we will dissolve in water. NaCl we are dissolving in water. NaCl split into ions, Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. Na plus ion is going for hydration, therefore we will write Na plus as Na plus aqueous, Cl minus also going for hydration, so we will write Cl minus as Cl minus aqueous. Okay. Now this Na plus ion. This Na plus ion electronic configuration will see. First we will see sodium electronic configuration. Sodium electronic configuration is what means neon 3s1, 3p0, 3d0. Na plus in the sense one electron we have to remove from sodium. Therefore, we will get a neon 3s0, 3p0, 3d0. Now Na plus is having vacant orbitals, that is 3s, 3p, 3d. So what this Na plus does in the sense, this Na plus provides, Na plus takes 6 vacant orbitals from this, 1 3s, 3 3p and 2 3d it takes. They are going for intermixing and giving sp3d2 hybrid orbitals. Those hybrid orbitals orient in octahedral manner. The one hybrid orbital we have written here, second hybrid orbital, third hybrid orbital, fourth hybrid orbital, fifth hybrid orbital, sixth hybrid orbital, all are vacant. These are vacant hybrid orbitals. Now water molecule comes. The water molecule comes. The water molecule is this water molecule is contributing lone pair now. This water molecule is contributing lone pair. Okay. Now this Na plus is contributing vacant orbital. Na plus is contributing vacant orbital. Water, oxygen of water contributing lone pair. Between them overlapping is possible. Na plus vacant orbital, oxygen lone pair is overlapping. Therefore, what is produced in the sense a dative bond is produced. Dative bond is produced like this. So Na plus is providing how many vacant orbitals in the sense 6 vacant orbitals. Therefore, 6 dative bonds formed around Na plus ion. 6 dative bonds formed around Na plus ions like this. Here dative bond with water. oxygen of water makes a dative bond with Na plus. Okay, so around Na plus 6 dative bonds are formed by water molecules. Okay, now we can call this is called what in the sense primary shell. This is called what in the sense primary shell, we can say. This is called a primary shell. Next, water molecules come for hydrogen bonding. Here hydrogen bonding takes place. Water molecule comes for hydrogen bonding. Here hydrogen bonding is possible. Okay, through hydrogen bonding, this is surrounded by what in the sense water molecules. Okay, now it is another shell. This shell is called what in the sense secondary shell. Now this water molecule making hydrogen bond, making attraction with this Na plus also. In the secondary shell, water molecule is making attraction with the Na plus ion also, because Na plus ion is having positive charge. Therefore, in secondary shell, water molecules are there. Those water molecules making attraction with the primary shell particles. Secondary shell water molecules making attraction with the primary shell particles either by hydrogen bonding or by van der Waals force or through ion dipole attraction, like this. Now, this complete together means from this secondary shell, primary shell, Na plus. This complete together is called hydrated sodium ion. This complete together is called hydrated sodium ion. That means this Na plus aqueous. This Na plus aqueous is called so and so. This Na plus aqueous is called so and so. In the same manner, Cl minus aqueous we can say. For Cl minus also, instead of Na plus, you write Cl minus. Cl minus also providing vacant orbitals. Therefore, water molecules making dative bond with the Cl minus. That is called primary shell. Then water molecules making hydrogen bonding with the primary shell water molecules. Secondary shell water molecules making intermolecular force of attraction with the Cl minus ion or Na plus ion at the center. Therefore, secondary shell water molecules also there. This Na plus primary shell, secondary shell combined together is called hydrated sodium ion. In the same manner, hydrated Cl minus ion. This process is called hydration. Okay, this process is called hydration. Okay, therefore, now we will say first reaction, first process will take 1 mole of HCl gas, second also 1 mole of HCl gas, same. So this water is making a hydrogen bond with a hydrogen. Okay, this water here in the first case, water molecule is making a dative bond with the hydrogen of HCl. Therefore, this water takes H plus and becomes hydronium ion. Cl minus is leaving. In the second case also same. Next, here hydronium ion. This hydronium ion is going for hydration with water molecules. That means first primary shell, then secondary shell. Cl minus also going for hydration. In the second case also same. Now, what about extent of hydration? What about extent of hydration, that we will see? Extent of hydration of Cl minus in the first case and in the second case we will see. Extent of hydration of Cl minus in the first case as well as in the second case we will see. Now, quantity of water in first case is low, therefore extent of hydration is low. Quantity of water in second case is high, therefore extent of hydration is high in second case. What is extent of hydration? Extent of hydration means population of water molecules present in hydrated ion. Concentration of water molecules present in hydrated ion is called extent of hydration. In the first case, quantity of water is low, therefore extent of hydration is low, whereas in second case is high. Therefore, extent of hydration is high means more water molecules present in the hydrated ion. More water molecules present in means more attraction. More attraction means more amount of heat is liberated. Therefore, in the first case, extent of hydration is low. Therefore, less amount of heat is liberated. In the second case, more amount of water is present, therefore extent of hydration is more, therefore more high amount of heat is liberated in second case. Okay, therefore if you raise the quantity of water, what happens to the extent of hydration means increases, therefore net amount of heat involved also changes. Okay, next we'll take another case, we'll take another reaction, we'll take now in this continuation we'll see. Now we will take 1 mole of HCl gas. It is passed into 200 moles of water. 200 moles of water, we are getting solution. We are getting solution. Now, what is the delta RH? What do you say? Delta RH is exothermic or endothermic? What do you say? Okay, exothermic. What is the magnitude? Whether the magnitude is how the magnitude will be there? Shall we say here exothermic nature is more than the second case? Yes. Why do we say exothermic nature here more than second case? Because more quantity of water here. Therefore, extent of hydration here is more. Therefore, here net amount of heat involved is more. We can say how much in the sense 74.20 kilojoule per mole. Okay. So, like this we can say. So in this way it will continue. If you go on increase amount quantity of water, net amount of heat involved also go on changing. Okay, so this is about enthalpy of solution. Okay, next we will see enthalpy of dilution. We'll see enthalpy of dilution. Sir, what is dilution? What is dilution? Dilution in the sense reducing the concentration, decreasing the concentration. How to decrease concentration? By adding solvent, by adding more quantity of solvent, by adding more quantity of water, that is called dilution. Sir, so now what is enthalpy of dilution? Now we have to take a solution. In this solution, how much solute should be there means 1 mole of solute should be there. We are taking a solution. In the solution, how much solute is there means 1 mole of solute is there. To this we have to add solvent. To this we have to add solvent. Required quantity of solvent we have to add. Then what happens means you are getting a second solution you are getting. It is first solution, it is second solution. In this solution also solute will be 1 mole only. Solute will be 1 mole only. Okay. But concentration is higher, concentration is lower. Okay. Because here how much solute is there means 1 mole, here also 1 mole of solute, but solvent is less here. Solvent quantity is less here, but solvent quantity is more here. Solvent quantity is more here. Solvent quantity more means concentration less. Even you can see preparation of juice. Preparation of juice in the sense if you go on add water into the juice, what happens to the taste? Reduces, decreases. That means concentration decreases. Taste decreases means concentration decreases, isn't it? Therefore, if you go on add solvent, what happens to the concentration? Concentration getting reduced. So, number of moles of solute remains same, but due to addition of solvent, concentration decreases. That is called dilution. Sir. Now, in this dilution, what is the amount of heat involved? That is called, what is the net amount of heat involved? That is called the enthalpy of dilution. So remember that enthalpy of dilution means what you have to take constant. Solute you must take 1 mole. Okay. So you can take solution, whatever the quantity of solution you want, you can take. But that quantity of solution contains 1 mole of solute. So we need 1 mole of solute. For that, how much solution we want to take, that much solution you have to take it. Okay, sir. Now we will take a example for this one. We'll take now we will take solution. This solution contains 1 mole of HCl and 40 moles of water. Okay, this is the solution. In this solution, 1 mole of HCl is present and 40 moles of water is present. We are adding a excess of solvent. We are adding excess of solvent. So we are getting a so and so we are getting. Sorry. Is it a solution? Yes, it is a solution. Solution means we have to mention solute and solvent. No. Sorry, solute is how much means here 1 mole of solute. So here also 1 mole of solute. Solvent quantity we have to mention, isn't it? Instead of mentioning solvent quantity, simply we are writing H2O means what is the meaning? We have to mention how much solvent we are adding. We have to mention or not? Yes, we have to mention it. If we do not mention, then how do we know that how much solvent we added? Then how much quantity of solvent present here? How do we know? So we must mention here quantity of solvent. But in the book it is given, AQ is given, quantity of solvent it is not mentioned. Here also it is mentioned HCl aqueous, quantity of solvent is not mentioned, but it is mentioned here. That means this AQ represents no doubt aqueous water molecule only, no doubt, but there is some other meaning is there. Otherwise, they would have mentioned some quantity here, some what is the proportion that would have mentioned. Similarly, HCl aqueous is mentioned, HCl aqueous is written, quantity of solvent is not written. That means there is some meaning for this. The some meaning is hiding here. What is the meaning of that? That we'll see. Now we'll take this case we'll take. In the first case, 1 mole of HCl gas is passed into 10 moles of water. We are getting solution here. Net amount of heat involved is minus 69.49. In the second case, 1 mole of HCl gas is passed into 25 moles of water. We are getting solution. Net amount of heat involved minus 72.27. In the third case, 1 mole of HCl gas is passed into 200 moles of water. We are getting solution. Net amount of heat involved is minus 74.20 kilojoule. Sorry. Now, if we go on add water, that means first case 10 moles of water, second case, from first case to second case, how to go? Add 15 moles of water into first case. Okay, in the first case 10 moles of water we added. Second case we want means from first to 2, how to go? Add 15 moles of water into the first case, you will get second case. How to go from second to third? How to go from second to third? Here 25 moles of water is there. Now we want 200. We want to get 200. Therefore, to the second case, add 175 moles of water. You will get third case. Similarly, you add some more amount of water in the third case. You will get a fourth case. You will get, isn't it? You will get a fourth case. Into the first 10 moles of water we said. Next 15 moles of water we added. Therefore, 25 moles of water we got. Then we added 175 moles of water. Therefore, we got 200 moles of water, isn't it? Then add some more quantity of water. What will happen? Net quantity of heat involved changes or not? Changing. Again add water. Net quantity of heat involved changes. If we go on add water at one stage, what will happen in the sense, if you are going on adding water, quantity of heat involved goes on changing. At one stage, net amount of heat involved remains same. Thereafter no further change. Why net amount of heat involved remains same? Why it is not changing? What had happened to extent of hydration? Is it changing or not? Sir, now we will consider some apple juice. We are preparing apple juice. Okay, for personal use we are preparing, so we are preparing very carefully and neatly, so that the apple juice will be having highly tasteful. You prepared 1 glass of juice. Suppose you are adding one more glass of water. 1 glass of water you are adding. What happened to the taste? Reduces. Add 1 more glass of water. Again reduces. Add some 1000 liters of water. Okay. Now that is 1000 liters of water added and mixed and left. Some new person is coming and seeing that. He will look that one just like water, or he will look that just like juice. That will almost appear as water only, isn't it? That will not appear as juice. That means if we add still more amount of water, what will happen? Already it has become just like water. If we add still more amount of water also, it will remain as water only. Will there be any change? No. Like this, now we will see here. First case. First case amount of heat involved is 69.49. Second case 72.27. What is the difference here? That we will see. Difference. Here 17 minus 9, 8. 11 minus 4 here, therefore 7 here, 11 minus 9, 3. Okay, this much is the difference. Second case and third case difference we'll see. Second case and third case difference we'll see. What is the difference we'll see. Okay, here 10 minus 7, 3 here, 11 minus 2, 9 here, 3 minus 2, 1. Okay, now you see, from first to second difference is 3.78. Second to third difference is 1.93. Then third to fourth difference will reduce, no? Fourth to fifth difference will still reduce, no? Therefore, at certain stage the difference will become 0, no? Thereafter, on adding water, will there be any change in net amount of heat? No. So when at which point onwards there is no change in net amount of heat, that point is called what, in the sense, infinite dilute solution. Infinite dilute solution we will call. Okay, infinite dilute solution. Once the solution is attained infinitely diluted, thereafter, whatever the quantity of water or solvent you add, no further change. No further change. Okay. How to mention that stage? Okay. That stage is called this. This AQ. This AQ is mentioned means this is called what means infinitely diluted stage. Infinitely diluted stage, that is mean. That means hereafter, whatever the quantity of heat you add, whatever the quantity of water you add, there is no more change in amount of heat. Okay, therefore this AQ you are writing in the sense infinitely diluted stage, that is the mean. So infinitely diluted stage in the sense, why to mention quantity of water? Because there is no more change on adding further. Okay, therefore this AQ means infinitely diluted stage. Okay, at infinitely diluted stage, what is the enthalpy of solution? Enthalpy of solution, that we'll see. Enthalpy of solution is how much? Means minus 75.145 kilojoule per mole. Okay, infinitely diluted solution. Now see, this solution contains 1 mole of HCl and 40 moles of water. To this, enough quantity of water is added such that solution becomes infinitely diluted solution. This solution we have to call it as infinitely diluted solution. We have to call infinitely diluted solution. Now say, this solution is having 1 mole of solute, isn't it? This solution is having 1 mole of HCl. Even this solution also contains 1 mole of HCl, yes or no? In this solution, 40 moles of water is there. In this solution, excess quantity of water is there. This is having certain concentration, but it is called infinitely diluted solution. Now say, which solution is having a higher concentration? Shall we say this solution is having a higher concentration? Shall we say this solution is having lower concentration? That means higher concentration becoming lower concentration due to addition of solvent means dilution, yes or no? So for this dilution, what is the amount of heat involved? Minus 75.145 kilojoule per mole. Minus indicates exothermic. This is amount of heat involved. Okay, so this is called enthalpy of dilution. So enthalpy of dilution means what? You have to take a solution that should have 1 mole of solute. That solution will have some concentration. To that you are adding solvent. Therefore, concentration of solution reduces, though quantity of solute remains same. Why concentration reduces? Because we are adding solvent. Okay, sir. So what is enthalpy of dilution? That we got an idea. Next we will go for a enthalpy of hydration. Next we will take a enthalpy of hydration. Enthalpy of hydration. Okay. Now we will take a, suppose sodium ion we will take. The sodium ion goes for hydration. The sodium ion goes for hydration. Therefore, we will write a Na plus aqueous. Correct? It is called a hydrated sodium ion. Hydrated sodium ion we will call. For this case, what is the amount of heat involved? That is called enthalpy of hydration. Enthalpy of hydration we will say, or enthalpy of solvation we will say. Sir, this enthalpy of hydration, this same word will be used in another place. What is that place? What is the meaning of this? So the enthalpy of hydration means it is having two meanings at two different places. One meaning we have seen just before. What is the another meaning? That we'll see. Now I will take copper sulfate solid. I will take, what is the copper sulfate? Means anhydrous copper sulfate I am taking. I have taken anhydrous copper sulfate. This anhydrous copper sulfate is white, colorless. It is taking a required quantity of water. This anhydrous copper sulfate taking required quantity of water and gives CuSO4.5H2O. This is called what in the sense? Hydrated copper sulfate. It is called what in the sense? Hydrated copper sulfate. It is solid, it is blue color. Okay. This is anhydrous copper sulfate. Anhydrous copper sulfate means here no water molecules. It is white. This anhydrous copper sulfate takes the required quantity of water and gives hydrated copper sulfate. This formula CuSO4.5H2O, blue color. What is a structure of this one in the sense? CuH2O 4 times 2 plus SO4 dot H2. Here water molecule is making hydrogen bond with sulfate. Here water molecule is making dative bond with copper ion. Therefore, it is complex. This is what in the sense? Complex. Okay, it is the structure of this hydrated copper sulfate. This hydrated copper sulfate structure I will give detailing. Cu2 plus I will take. Cu2 plus is providing vacant orbital. Oxygen of water providing lone pair. Therefore, dative bond is possible. Here, what is possible in the sense? Dative bond is possible here. This is what in the sense? CuH2O 4 times 2 plus. CuH2O 4 times 2 plus like this. Sulfate and water, that structure I will give. SO4 2 minus I will give. SO4 2 minus we are giving. It is making a hydrogen bond with water. Okay. It is the structure of a hydrated copper sulfate. How anhydrous copper sulfate will be there? That we'll see. Anhydrous copper sulfate means Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus like this. Okay, it is anhydrous copper sulfate. It is hydrated copper sulfate. Okay. Structure is different. This hydrated copper sulfate is blue color. Anhydrous copper sulfate is white color. That means this anhydrous copper sulfate takes required quantity